Can't do anything about the video quality at the moment because I need a new monitor, but we'll see how it goes. So, as I say, the map is flat 512, which is an exceptionally resource tight map, shall we say. See, you get one mex each. This is me going pink Cybran down in the LittleHill going green Cybran up in the top right. You have one mex each, that's it. There's then one adjacent corner, and a kind of a rush, I guess, to see who gets those first and can you keep hold of them. So you've got to be really micro heavy on this and really watching that economy, so no spamming out endless lines of engineers and really picking what to build in what order. So you can see we've already started off differently. I decided to go for a factory, followed by get my ACU to build power while an NG builds mass storage. And LittleHill has stopped for some reason. Oh no, he's upgrading his mechs to T2, it looks like. But he built power generators, PGens, next to it to begin with, and then looks like he's reclaiming them. I really was unsure what strategy to go with, but I decided that the first thing I wanted to do was try and get an NG over to these mechs and grab them as soon as possible. Decided to get some mass storage around my one and only mass extractor at the moment. Take a little look, you can see I'm balancing it okay at the moment. Mix is running down, but I think that's because I've got my ACU assisting with those mass storage. So you can see now I'm properly bottoming out on mass. You might notice, oh no, he's building power now because I can see that I'm going to run out of power again. I need another PGen or two. Hill on the other side is doing a really good job of balancing his eco, but he's already got that T2 PGen up and running. He's now getting his power spam on, and something I wasn't expecting, which you can see there, is he's going first air. Now I hadn't planned on going air at all on this map, which, looking at it now, was a bit of a mistake really, considering that the map is so large. I'm going to speed it up a little bit now, just because those engineers seem to be taking weeks to get to the other side of the map. Decided at this stage that I was going to send my ACU up to the top, as I figured that would be the most likely route for LittleHill to come and attack. So he's beating me in mass, beating me in power, beating me in score at the moment. Two engineers down here now working on these mass storage. And he's beginning to pump out the engineers out of his air factory. Oh sorry, he's gone first land and second air. Now beginning to put mass storage. So I've built a couple of moles, a couple of land scouts to send up to these points just so I can see if he had any units, and you can see he is beginning to send a unit down to that bottom right mass point, but I will get there first, all being well. I had to pause one of my engineers down here to try and... I'm guessing I'm going to be stalling somewhere. No, I'm still got a pretty balanced economy. I'm overflowing with energy, if anything. And LittleHill's doing a great job as well. Both keeping on top of what we need to do. There we go, I've reached the both mechs first, which is good. Now I've just got to try and keep hold of them. Just beginning now to get that T2 upgrade on my mass extractor. Trying to pull in a little bit more mass, but I'm probably going to have to pause that, I would imagine. Everything's on full pause down there. I get that mass extractor in the bottom. Start it up. Decided at this stage to build a hunter just because I figured if he did send something down to the right I had nothing to defend it, whereas I'm going to have my ACU at the top. You can see he's built a transport now at the top, but he's getting there too late unfortunately. So at this stage LittleHill still isn't aware that I'm at this bottom right. Just shadowing him with that mole just so I can keep a track of that unit coming in. And here we go. We have NG drop. And I didn't notice it, so he reclaimed my engineer. Fortunately for him, that's the last thing he's going to achieve as my commander's about to walk in and ruin his day. Which he does. He tries to get a couple of shots at that transporter as well. But now you can see where the problem's going to begin. I've also built a T1 turret down here at the bottom. And now he knows I'm there. He's just built a radar and realised he's in a world of trouble. These T1 bombers now coming in for my main base, which, to be honest, I think is a bit of a mistake. I'd have probably gone for this right-hand one because I can just build more engineers out there. Factory at the bottom left base. Up at the top, I've built a turret, and I'm building a land factory. Land factory. And LittleHill's just beginning to get some scouts out now so he can get a better idea of what's going on. He has reclaimed that land factory now. I don't see the point in building it. He could have built the engineers out of that factory anyway. So it's a little bit of wasted mass, but not much. Have a quick eco check. Really draining that mass now. Power. But still keeping the economy balanced. LittleHill's doing pretty much the same. We seem to be mirroring each other quite well. It's quite interesting to see how he played. Obviously I know how I played. And you can see those bombers down in the bottom there. I've done quite a bit of harassment. They've taken out my Tech 2 mass extractor scumbags. Taken out both the engineers, but I have built some mobile AA now, so they won't be long for this world. But he continued to keep circling that base, which I thought was a bit of a mistake. He could have gone off and done some harassment elsewhere. Oh, he is going to do some harassment elsewhere. But by this stage I knew he had the bombers, so there goes my static anti-air down here. As long as I can keep that engineer alive, I'll be okay. I've got an interceptor myself now to go deal with these bombers. Put myself a air factory. Stopped building the land factory and decided I needed an air factory at the top to deal with this air threat, which I just missed there, but those bombers were taken out by that static AA. Got an engineer down here again at the bottom. We'll reclaim those bits of mass and try and get my mass extractor back. Forming an upgrade on the mass extractor up here. And this mass extractor is still T1. I'm definitely noticing the difference in the game sounds being turned right down. They're almost a little bit too low now, I think. You'll have to leave me a comment and tell me what you think. So you can see I've sent these two inties in to deal with this transport and scouts. He's getting a shield up, which I remember at this stage thinking, crap, he's on a T2 comm. Although I'm not entirely sure how to check, hang on. No, I haven't done it yet, but I do get the idea to get a gun comm and go over and try and take him out. In a little while. It doesn't go quite as planned. So I've got my mechs back down here again. Still struggling for mass though. Yeah, you can see a -3. He's doing far better in his mass game, and he's only got one mass extractor. Here we go, this is what I was talking about. I'm trying to go for the gun com now. You can see that mass, that upgrade going on the right arm there. Meanwhile, using these inties just to fly backwards and forwards, make sure there's nothing coming out of his base. But I don't want to get too close because I've got a T2 anti-air there. Just getting T2, a second T2 power. I don't even have one yet. I don't have T2. Okay, I was going to say, I think I should be upgrading that to T2 now. Switch the radar off down there because I didn't really need it with that mole. I think later on in the game I might actually reclaim it. Having to pause the commander while I wait for that T2 mechs. And more power, it would appear. I also make another screw up here. When I decide to go for the gun com, I go for power storage and accidentally build mass storage, which is a complete waste of mass. Have a check what he's up to now that he's got his T2 power. The mass fabs. Didn't build any. Oh, I did later on in the game, but I didn't build very many mass fabs. Yeah, there you go. You can see my fatal mistake coming in as I waste mass and energy on some mass storage, which I most definitely don't need. Guncom continues his upgrade. T2 down here in the right now. Got this engineer finishing this factory off. I've reclaimed there, I've missed. So still reasonably balanced. I'm guessing my guncom just finished. See the difference in power between us. I've got 200, he's nearly got 2000. Although, even with his mass extract, with his mass fabricators, I'm still matching him there or thereabouts for mass. He's killing me on points. He's more than double the amount of points I've got though. So I've decided now I'm going to start spamming out some mantis on the right and send them in with my guncom. On the right, I don't think I've realised yet that I've built mass storage. Or maybe I have. Maybe this is now my... No, it's still not realised. Didn't take out that scout coming across the top, so he's going to see what's coming. Which is a shame. He does have radar. Pretty large range, so he'd have known well before I got there anyway. We can have a little look down in the corners and see what's going on. So you can see I'm actually beating him in mass now. Just because I've got those both up to T2. Haven't built mass storage around them yet, which is a bit of a mistake really, but I guess I was concentrating my mass, pumping out some interceptors because I'm aware that he still has that air factory and could be prepping up some bombers, as I've not really managed to scout him because of that T2 static anti-air he's got. So he's seen I'm coming. You can see he's building T2 PDs now. Going to stop any kind of mantis rush I was hoping to do. It's going to stop my T1 com walking in, even with his gun they're going to outrange me. And that's a lesson I'm about to learn the hard way. And there they go. I still wasn't quite sure how far the range was on a gun com, so I decided I was going to try and walk in anyway. See if I could take out those T2 point defences at range, which quite clearly I cannot. Change of plan. Change of plan involved going T2 land. Really quite good economy now. And my plan is to start spamming out some Vipers to get rid of those guns, then following with my ACU and all the Mantis I've got. So this game does go to show you, I wouldn't say it's my favourite map ever because of the lack of resources, but it does go to show you what you can do with such little resources.
Commander under attack.
You can see now he's trying to build PD closer and closer and closer, and I keep getting in too close. But I do have the gun upgrade, which you can see is forcing him back. Built a factory a little bit closer, start spamming some more Mantis from. And I've decided I need a T2 factory that little bit closer as well, so I'm sending a T2 engineer over. I've also now built a factory at the bottom and started spamming some Mantis up from the bottom just to try and stop him escaping this way. And it was still really unclear at this stage whether I had a chance or not, seeing as he was quite clearly beat me in tech, and I couldn't find a way really into his base. Now, for those who are new to the game, all the factions get similar units. Some have different bonuses over the others. Cybran are better early game, UEF better late game, and so on and so forth. But the one unit I really like of Cybrans is the mobile missile launchers, the Viper, the Tech 2s, purely because they're very hard to stop. Even if you do build tactical missile defense, their missiles just seem to go through. You can see they've made short work of that shield, and they're now attacking. If I was doing it right, I'd have targeted them on the actual shield rather than the guns. But as I build up numbers, then that'll only get better for me. He's trying to take him out. He's taken one out there. I have enough interceptors to stop him doing that too often. See, I've got quite a few now coming across. Got this engineer bit here building another factory. Should have got him to build a shield first, maybe. He has taken the lead again in mass, but only by one, so it's not really that big a difference. You can see I've changed my targeting now, and I have realised that I should be trying to take out the shields, then the guns. But he's got a stealth. I can't see it now, but I'm sure he had a stealth in there as well that was stopping me seeing his base properly. Or maybe he hasn't built it yet. So you can see those numbers of Vipers. Ah, there you go, he's built a mobile stealth. Trying to stop my Vipers from locking on. Getting too close with the Mantis, back up. Trying to build tactical missile defense to stop these things getting through, but you can just see they're just overwhelming his tactical missile defense, even though he's got 5 of them. But he's built his own now mobile missile launchers, trying to take mine out. I'm going to use my interceptors now to have to scout his base so that I can see what I'm actually attacking. Realising I need to start moving my mobile missile launchers a bit, and he's building T2 PD further and further out. And I think, if I'm right, no, not yet. We'll keep that. We'll keep that as a little surprise for you. Still haven't realised that I hadn't built power storage. Check on that eco stalling on mass now. Only just, so still fairly balanced. And LittleHill about the same, although he's quite clearly killing me in power. And the battle rages on. I've built my own stealth device now to try and stop his stuff from getting me. I'm realising that he's spamming mobile missile launchers just as quick as I am, and I may need to change tactics. Got my own shield up, trying to get a T2 P-Gen in behind it. You can see I'm doing some severe damage to his base, but he's now sending in T2 tanks, which is going to put a swift end to my mobile missile launchers. Gun comms coming in trying to protect them, but the T2 PD's hitting as well. Shield is down, another tank. And problems from all sides. So again, another failed strategy, or failing strategy. That's a Cerberus turret as well. Thought I'd missed the fact that I only had one left. I could have probably rushed in a little bit with that ACU and dominated him. But I think 3 T2 PDs and those tanks is more than I care to deal with. Took out my T2 engineer, which really flustered me. Oh, what's this new tactic? For those that haven't guessed it, I'm getting a T2 upgrade on this factory, I believe.
Commander under attack.
I'm going to try and get some T2 fighter bombers out, and that's purely because I'd noticed that it still only had one T2 anti-air, and he didn't have any air units at all. I'm still dominating that area. Just let my commander sit there and take the mobile missile launches to the face. Foolish. Oh, I haven't gone for the T2 upgrade on that yet. Sorry, ruined the surprise there. Power storage. Well done, Tech Monkey. You get there in the end. Should have really reclaimed the mass storage, that would be a good start. Now got a T2 static artillery in the mix, which I began to get very concerned about at this stage, as it had the potential to just devastate everything I had. Well, you can see at the moment I don't really have a lot. I've got, what, 10 Mantis, 15 Mantis, and 3 T2 tanks, 2 of which are nowhere near where they should be. Got another stealth out just to try and stop the artillery barrage. Straight away getting a T2 power followed by a shield. Still no T2 upgrade on that air factory. It is coming though, I assure you. I was still quite pleased that he was locked in this corner. He must be having some kind of power issues here, as he's paused all these mechs, these mass fabricators. Wow, he's really power starved. Must be going for something big. He's going for an upgrade on his comm. He's gone for Raz. T3, I'm in trouble. You can see now his power's just off the charts compared to mine. Got a few T2 tanks now, so I'm beginning to feel a bit safer. Although I'm just letting them get destroyed by mobile missile launchers and artillery barrages. Build my base that little bit further back this time. T3 mass extractor now. His is still T1, so again I've taken the lead on mass. Probably built too much power storage now. Really don't do enough reclaiming of old stuff and bits that have become obsolete. Still got fabricators on pause there. Don't know if that's intentional or whether he's just not realised. I'm guessing he hasn't realised if he's got Raz he should be able to cope with switching them back on. Got absolutely zero mass. He's building more mass fabricators. Now I decide to build my things, and you can see he's now killing me on mass because of his mass fabs. So we appear to be in a bit of a stalemate. I'll bump it up another notch. Got some serious shielding going on now. It's going to be quite difficult. Mind you, it's Cybran shields, and we all know that it's essentially building a paper dome over the top of your stuff. It'll withstand anything except a bit of heavy rain. I think I can stop building interceptors now since he's not built any air for a long time, and I've got bloody loads of the things. $23 to be precise, although 13 or 12, one just died. You can see he's killing me in score, he's killing me in mass, killing me in power. It's not the most encouraging sign for me. Trying to get another T2 power up. Don't know why, I don't remember. Oh, I know why. I'm going for that T2 upgrade and get some T2 bombers, and I was worried about running out of energy. Got the T2 upgrade and just starting now to pump out engineers up here, and not sure why I built another. It's because I didn't want to stop the tank production. I just carried. Well, I'm doing that over here as well. So I'm actually producing quite a lot. I've still got my Mantis coming from the bottom, and he's just making a push now. Yeah, I don't really know that push is there. Biggest of pushes, and I've easily got them covered in unit numbers. But what was keen to happen at this stage, which he fails to find out there. I was just going to say I think he finds out here, but is that I'm building T2 bombers. I didn't want him to see that there's suddenly going to be a push on air. Really should have kept them T2 bombers further back, but when the opportunity came, I wanted to be ready for it. He's now gone T3 land factory, which is going to signal the end of me. He's also got tactical missile launchers, TMLs, which again is going to cause me problems. I have built double shields over my com and upgraded one of those shields as well. I always forget this, but you can actually get your Mantis to assist and also reclaim. I'm not sure if they're quite as good as an engineer doing the same job, but in the lack of engineers, it's always useful when they're doing nothing, my little mantises. Mantises or mantisae? Mantisae. Well, mantises. Manti. Something along those lines. So you can see we're at a bit of a standoff here. But he's built a brick, which is not going to mean good things. He's got T3 power. Building a quantum gateway, which I couldn't even begin to fathom, and I think that's giving the game away that I know. He must see that I've got T2 bombers. Yeah, he certainly knows they're there. Question is he reacting? Where's his ACU going? He's launching the TMLs at me now. Which I don't realise straight away until all the stuff blows up around me. And what the... That was my T2 power! Run away, Commander. Run away. Still stood doing nothing about it. Not building any TMD like a fool. Sure why I wasn't. Here comes a barrage of 5. But no scouting, so I didn't know if he'd launched them direct at my commander, I'd have been in bother. And I hate this. Why can't that bloody engineer just go round? And now I'm building my TMD, and my hand's kind of been forced here because I'm realising I'm about to be overwhelmed by TMD and T3 units. If I don't do something now, it's all going to end. Got another T2 air factory there, pumping out bombers as well, just to try and get them up quicker, and then I just decided, this is it, it's now or never. It's either win or GG. Take out the units first, and I can follow in. Take down that back shield. Know I need to get down the anti-air as quickly as possible, so that's what I'm focusing on at the moment. In comes some more T2 bombers. Down goes one anti-air. A few pops at the commander. Down goes another anti-air. I obviously haven't spotted that one in the middle. The one that's been there all along, I think. But he's lost his power, he's lost a lot of his mass extractors. Still not taking down that other anti-air, can't see it. I have now. And that's it now. He's built a mobile T3AA, but it's just not going to be enough to take out the constant stream of, and like a fool I send in my Mantis to try and take out the T2 PD, which is a foolish mistake. Decided to take out his power to drop his shields. He didn't obviously really know he had Raz at this stage, so he just keeps popping up more shields, and then I decide to move the mobile missile launchers in to take out the PDs. Focus fire the ACU again, who nearly dead. Kaboom! There it is, there's the WP. I have to say, the whole of that game I had no expectation of winning that match, but I was quite pleased with myself afterwards. That's why I wanted to cast it. So the whole way through I was behind on score, mass and power. yet with a little bit of better tactics, I think, hopefully, I managed to pull it off. Would appreciate any comments where you think I can either improve my games or my casts. If you could leave them below, send me a message on the forums or on FAF if you see me. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe. Take care, guys.